Hello, my name is Shenho Zhang from University of Delaware Disaster Research Center. The topic of this presentation is how to manage personnel and resource on disaster scenes. So imagine if you are the owner of an American restaurant. There are 16 tables in your restaurant. So how can you manage your restaurant? How can you serve your customers? Okay, so the basic idea is to separate your restaurant into several sections, then hire servers to serve rigid number of customers. For example, if you separate your restaurant into 4 sections, A, B, C, and D, then in this case, you need to hire 4 servers to serve your customers. Above your servers, A, B, C, and D, you might hire a manager of operation to administrate them. Okay, to better manage your restaurant, you might hire other 2 managers in finance and marketing. So in this kind of system, or we say hierarchical system, it is good to manage your co-workers because everyone in this system has to report to his or her supervisors. But the problem of this kind of system is if you want to add 3 more tables, for example, like NGOs, like volunteers or supporting groups into this system, you have a problem because all of the A, B, C, and D were trained to serve 4 tables. So in this case, you don't know where and how to add 3 more tables into this system. So think about another example. If you are the owner of an Asian restaurant, again, you hire A, B, C, and D 4 servers to serve your customers. In this case, the Asian idea is all of A, B, C, and D and the owner serve the customers. For example, if A is free to serve all customers inside the restaurant. So there is no rigid working space for any server. And in this system, the owner also provides services to the customer. The only difference is the owner has the power to manage A, B, C, and D. So in this kind of system, or we say non-hierarchical system, you can easily add 3 tables into this restaurant. Of course, the quality of service is a little bit poor in this kind of system because in Americanized restaurant, all servers are too professionalized, so they can provide better service to their customers. But we need to think about this. During disaster or after disaster strikes, do we need to provide the best services to our citizens, or it is necessary for us to meet their fundamental needs in the first time? Okay, so other comparisons between these 2 kinds of systems are on this side. First, if you utilize a hierarchical system to respond to disasters, you can make decisions quickly because there is only one person on the top of a hierarchical system. Also, the hierarchical system, as I mentioned before, is easy to control and track, but non-hierarchical system is harder to control. Okay, so hierarchical system provide a rigid structure and also many rigid rules. That's why the hierarchical system is not very flexible. But on the contrary, non-hierarchical system is more flexible because you can quickly expand the system to serve more customers or to aid in more participants. Okay, so because the hierarchical system is very rigid, so this system is good for disasters with less uncertainties. Okay, non-hierarchical system is good to prepare something like some disasters that is outside to standard deviations, but this kind of uh, disaster also bring highly or great impacts. So because the hierarchical system is easy to control and track, so this system is suitable for government administration. So we can see now the majority of emergency management systems in the world are under governmental administration. So that's why they are designed to utilize the hierarchical system. But in order to prepare for the future catastrophes or prepare something we didn't expect, I think it is necessary for us to think about the non-hierarchical system. So examples for hierarchical system is first, the wildfire strikes the California state almost the same season every year, and the responders to the wildfire in California state are from almost the same departments every year. So in this kind of situation, we can utilize the hierarchical system to respond to this disaster. So that's why the incident command system was designed as a hierarchical way. So examples for non-hierarchical system is first, in the year of 2003, when Columbia Space Shuttle exploded in Texas. Because the disaster scene was too broad, or technically speaking, because the span of control was too big. So it is no way for us to establish a hierarchical system to respond to the space shuttle explosion. Okay, so in that time, all volunteers and disaster responders were asked to form a long line, hand by hand, and hands by hand, to form a long line and search for the wreckages. Okay, another example is in the U.S. aircraft carrier. Every time when the warcraft approach or leave the deck, it is very important to make sure there is no trash on the deck, or it might catch on fire. So in that moment, everyone on the deck has to gather together and form a line. Again, they need to search for the trash on the deck immediately. So in that moment, the established hierarchical system or the established military hierarchies doesn't work, because they have to finish the mission as soon as possible. So one sociologist said this system is an emergent human resource model, or EHRM. For my future research, I would like to discuss the limitations on using hierarchical system, for example, the incident command system. I always believe we can manage disasters, but for catastrophes, we can only think about better ways to coexist with them. Also, I suggest we need to think about other alternatives to coordinate resource and personnel on disaster scenes. First, we can think about what do other countries manage disasters, what do other countries respond to disasters. Also, I suggest we need to look at the organizational theories deeply to find out other alternatives, organizations to better respond to different kinds of disasters. Okay, and finally, I think we need to reconsider the leadership, what kind of leadership we need during disaster. Thank you very much. This is my presentation. Thanks for your attention. Thank you.